Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Jets Radio. This is one of your hosts, Tyson Roush, and this is a Jets-Giants preview. I mean, this is scintillating stuff. Two of the worst teams in football playing in one of the worst stadiums in football in front of a half-full stadium. I mean, this is just quality stuff here. I mean, you can't get any better than this trash. So, let me introduce the man of the people, Long Beach Joe. Welcome to the Toilet Bowl weekend, man. Isn't this great stuff?
What's going on, Ty? Yeah, you know, we're just two fake-ass fans just covering what we can. You know, we're just talking about the Jets.
Talking about
these Jets yet. Talking about these Jets for yet another week. You know, we'll see what happens. But listen, I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote our Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search Let's Talk Jets Radio. Like that page. Our content is up there as well. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message us. We'll message you right back. We love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also, leave us some feedback. We love hearing about what you folks think we do here on Let's Talk Jets Radio. So without further ado, Ty, let's go ahead and get to the show, man. I'm fired up.
Yeah, I'm not even remotely fired up. But what we'll do is, excuse me. First of all, we want to thank everybody that's subscribing to our YouTube channel. I honestly never thought it would go to this level where it's at now, but we appreciate everybody watching the videos, leaving feedback, comments, and everything else. Truly, truly want to thank everybody for that. And Instagram and Twitter at TalkJetsRadio there as well. I mean, our accounts are all complete chaos, so we definitely appreciate everybody interacting with us. And the really cool thing about what we try to do here is we don't have agendas. We are not paid by the Jets. We're not sponsored by the Jets. We're not affiliated with anybody. So we can say or do whatever we want, and we really don't care about what the impact is. So we can rip the owner, we can rip the general manager. We can do whatever we want, and we really don't care. Where other sources and other people may. Now, Joe, let's be honest. If we're going to be truly honest here, the Jets as an organization, they like to control certain things. Try not to say this, and we'll give you this. Try not to say, and you can see it now. All of a sudden, members of the media are like, oh, well, maybe you really shouldn't fire Gates. Now, listen, you don't want to lose your sources. That's what it is, and it's obvious, and that's completely fine. You have a job to do, and you do your job. My job has nothing to do with the media and the New York Jets, so I don't give a rat's ass. We're going to call it like we see it, and we can, and that's what separates us from everybody else. We don't have an agenda to do. I really don't care. You know what I mean? I don't care what the Jets think of me, take my credentials, don't give me tickets. Ban me from the stadium. I don't really care. Who cares? So
I mean, at this point,
when people read stories that
getting banned from the stadium seems like a gift to you.
It would be a blessing.
Seems like a gift. That's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? You get banned from the stadium. Thank you. I can't come and watch this garbage. Thank you so much. Carry me on out. You know what I'm saying? Have security escort me away from this place so I don't have to watch this trash anymore. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so just keep in mind, like, it's so funny how these stories are starting to come out. You know, the Jets reached out to me and said, hey, listen, can you give us some spin, this and that? We'll give you some stories. We'll leak you this. It's all an arrangement, man. This is all one big friggin' game. And the only thing is, I know I'm a fan and I'm fed up. And I don't care what anybody else tells me. I know what my feelings are, what my opinions are, and I'm going to tell you them over and over and over until something changes. So this game on Sunday is a complete garbage, dumpster fire, worthless game. There's nothing's going to come out of this. Win, lose, nothing comes out of it. If they lose, they suck. If they win, they suck. Nothing changes. So, I mean, it's pathetic. It's embarrassing. And the fact that we're to this point is just an indictment on ownership, an indictment on the coaches, and an indictment on the players, Joe. So we can break this down and talk about it, but this team is completely worthless.
Yeah, you know, and I'm kind of right there with you. I will say for me, it's not completely worthless because I at least want to see Sam take some type of step forward in this game. Do something better.
The Giants' defense is horrendous.
I know that, and that's what I'm saying. So he at least should look better. We shouldn't see careless throws. I'm hoping that the pressure eases up on him, and I'm hoping he doesn't get killed out there. So that's why I'm saying it's not necessarily kind of a trash throwaway game for me. I need to see Sam, you know, just continue to try to do whatever he can under this awful situation that we put him in, because this is the kid that we are moving forward with. This is the kid that we all believe is the franchise guy, and so we just need to see him just at least be held up until we can get rid of Gaze, hopefully at the end of this year, and move forward and still, have some remnants of him being a franchise quarterback. But everywhere else, though, this is a useless game. For me, if we do win this game, this does not mean that Gase gets to stay, because I already see these stories coming where they're already talking about, if they blow out the Giants, and that can really help revitalize Gaze's chance to stay here. No, it could revitalize his ass getting out of here at the end of the year. If we start beating bad teams like the Giants and the Redskins and all these other trash teams that we might have coming up, that doesn't mean that he gets to stay here. This dude sucks, and we've seen it consistently throughout this entire year, okay? Time for him to go. He's put our franchise quarterback in danger. He's put our team in danger with his garbage-ass game planning. He's not a leader. There's already issues everywhere else. He's got to be gone. So even if we win this game, I don't care. His fate is sealed as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean, you beat a 2-7 team, big deal. You beat a rookie quarterback, big deal. You beat Haskins, big deal. You beat the Bengals, big deal. Like, it's not like the standards for this organization are so friggin' low that you're going to take a moral victory out of being the Giants. Like, it's like our standards, we are so rock bottom. The Jets are looking for any glimmer of hope to try to salvage things, and it's done. Everything has been completely decimated, destroyed, rock bottom garbage. So what we'll do is we'll go through this injury report. And I mean, the injury report itself is an indictment on Adam Gase. How in the living hell these guys keep getting hurt in practice? Like, how could, if you practice this hard, eventually it translates to game day. So they have these good weeks of practice, they all get hurt, and they play garbage on Sunday. It's a full circle. It's ridiculous. So you look at the injury report, and obviously there's some glaring holes. Neville Hewitt's going to be out. C.J. Moses is going to be out. So, Joe, right off the bat, you look at, all right, middle linebacker is going to be a huge problem. You look at the Giants, and they have a lot of injuries as well, but Saquon Barkley out of the backfield is going to be a nightmare for us. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that was the first guy I was worried about here because, like you said, this dude can come out the backfield, he can catch the football. We all know Saquon's a fabulous running back. This kid is just amazing. He can pretty much do it all. And so with Mosley out, okay, with Hewitt out, we're probably going to be looking at Burgess again back there getting cooked like he was getting cooked with Gesicki last week. There's going to be issues here. And Greg Williams got to scheme up. Greg Williams has got to make some adjustments in the game as well. Listen, come on, man. I try my best here, all right? Come on. Listen. Last week, come on, fried Adam Gase last week, right? And everybody was we almost forgot to talk about how Greg Williams, was just out there looking lost as well. This defense was terrible against the Dolphins, too. And a lot of it was because of his lack of adjustments. This guy left Burgess out there on an island with a tight end that he could not cover, and he didn't do anything about it. And Fitz just kept going back to the guy over and over and over again. So I'm pretty sure the Giants are going to target him as well. And Greg has to make an adjustment, man. He's got to do something to keep this kid from just being exposed out there.
Yeah, so you go from having no middle linebackers to our fake-ass cornerback who's now hurt, too. Dow Roberts is out. So I guess he must have hurt himself insulting fans. So he's out of the game. So now you have no Tremaine Johnson who sucked and no Dow Roberts who sucked. So now you're going to have other cornerbacks that suck trying to play defense. Yeah. So the only positive is they don't have Ingram or Shepard, but they do have Golden Tate. They have, a couple guys that fly. The Jets secondary is a complete disaster, too, now, Joe. Like, it's just like, you look at this game, you're like, Jesus Christ, man. It's a mess. A complete mess in secondary. Now you want to put Brian Poole on the outside where he doesn't really play out there. You're going to bring in Bless Austin, who hasn't played in, like, freaking 2 years, hasn't tackled the guy in, like, 3 years. I mean, dude, this cornerback is a joke, man.
Yeah, this is a position I know that we're going to definitely address in the offseason, but it's a mess, man. With Roberts going down, he's a fake-ass corner, so, of course, he got a fake-ass injury. He's out of there on our fake-ass injury report. So now we got to deal with, Harrison's going to be out there. Like you said, Brian Poole's going to be out there on the outside, which he does not play out there. And they're going to go, man. They're going to attack these guys. I expect Golden Tate to get a lot of footballs, and we've seen him be able to get down the field. I remember Daniel Jones threw a bomb to him against the Patriots. That was one of the scores that kind of kept them in that game early. They ended up losing it, but they were fighting at first. And I expect Golden Tate, have a day. I really, really do. They're going to go to him early and often, and they're going to pick on the rest of these guys as well. So I don't know what we're going to do there, but it kind of is what it is, man. I mean, this situation, our corner situation, has been just bad. And a lot of this, again, is on McCagnon. The way he set up this roster, Tremaine Johnson didn't work out before he went down. I mean, he's a fake-ass corner as well. So he was trash pretty much up until he went down. Now he's hopefully going to be gone at the end of the year. And look how we're set up now. We have a lot of issues there.
Yeah, so, I mean, you look at defense. I mean, there's definitely some concerns. You have Jordan Jenkins and McClendon and Henry Anderson are all questionable. They're all expected to play. Yeah. But then you look at the offensive line. The offensive line, which is a complete disaster. Ryan Khalil is out, which is, to me, a positive. But then you have Kelvin Beachum is questionable. They're hoping he can play. Brian Winters is banged up. And it's just like, dude, I'll say this. If Kelvin Beachum doesn't play, the Jets have no chance on Sunday. And the Giants' defense sucks. They have enough guys that rush the passer to make Udoka look bad and everybody else. So if you want to have any glimmer of sanity on Sunday, Beachum has to play, Joe.
Well, I mean, it's not like when Beachum plays, he's any damn good. He was getting beat at the
better than the other turnstiles over there. It's better than the other clowns.
He's a damn dude. He's a turnstile himself. Like, I mean, we were talking. I talked to I honestly think he's one of the probably the worst left tackle in all of football at one point. This guy was trash when he was playing. So, I mean, he might be a step up from Udoka, but hell, Udoka shouldn't be playing left tackle no way. That's not why we drafted him. That kid was a project right tackle at best. So, I mean, look, if Beachum comes back and plays fine, I still expect him to give up pressures. I still expect him to give up sacks. Winters, like you said, I think he's doubtful now. Or questionable, excuse me. So it's looking, he's a 50-50, I guess, to play. There's just holes all along this line, and we're going to be having to do the same thing. We're probably going to see Alex Lewis again being that starter at left guard. Compton is probably going to have to move in at right guard if Winters doesn't play. We'll probably see Harrison starting again. But, I mean, this line has got to get it together because, I mean, even with Winters playing, these dudes gave up a sack off a three-man front. They gave up a sack off a three-man front, Tyson. Are you serious? This is unreal. People have been able to get pressure. People have been able to get pressure all year without blitzing on us. 3-man fronts, 4-man fronts. I mean, come on, man. So, honestly, man, I don't give a damn who's out there playing. I don't have any faith in this offensive line, and I think they will collapse. Because, like you said, the Giants do have guys that can rush the passer, man. They got some guys over there that can do some things. I mean, Alec Ogletree is still over there. Lorenzo Carter can get after it. I think David Gale is another guy that they have. Yeah, they got guys that can go, man. So, I mean, this offensive line has got to do something. Got to step it up. Again, I'm trying to be as positive as possible. Look, this is a game where we got to.
Let's call it what it is. They suck. They suck. They can't block a garbage can. They suck. What are we even trying to act like we're giving X's and O's here? They're inept. They're incompetent. They blow, and half of them are hurt. They suck.
You're right. But listen, here's the thing:
what are we doing here?
There's other teams around the league that have injuries along their offensive line, or our offensive lines aren't necessarily great either. Yeah, they're very well coached. So Adam Gase has got to step up. He's got to do something. He's a fake-ass coach. He's got to make up a fake-ass game plan and get some fake-ass things going here on the field, man. He's got to get it moving around here. All right? So you got to start getting the ball out of Sam's hands quickly, get some rollouts going. Don't have him just standing back there behind this porous-ass offensive line that's going to get him killed, dude. That's going to be a big key to us even trying to win this football game.
All right, so now just a quick summary. The secondary is a mess, the middle linebacker position is a mess, and the offensive line is a mess. So that's your summary so far. If you're looking for one bright spot, it looks like Chris Herndon could be back this week along with Le'Veon Bell playing. Maybe nice to see Herndon do something. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's been another wasted season here for him. It's just like the suspension, now the injury. It's just, you're looking for glimmers of hope, and he's got to get his ass on the field. You want to at least see him get some game action and experience going to next year. So I guess if you're looking for anything, it's to see if Herndon can do something in the middle of the offense. I mean, they never really used Ryan Griffin enough. Maybe they'll use Herndon. I really have no idea.
Yeah, look, I'm hoping that Herndon can get out there and show us something. Show us, some flashes like he did, his first year here. This is a kid that we're trying to see if we can move forward with him, if he's a guy that can be a staple there at tight end, a guy that can be a relief valve for Sam. So, hopefully if he gets out there and he's able to play, do his thing, then we'll see a little bit out of him. Now, Le'Veon Bell, I'm a little worried about here. He's had the MRI on the shoulder. Now I think he's dealing with some ankle injuries, and he's also had the MRI on the knee as well. If he does go out there and play, I'm wondering how close to 100% he is. And if he's not 100% and he's really out there pushing it, I'm wondering if Adam Gase, deploys, I don't know, Ty Montgomery or any other 1,000 damn running backs we got, to kind of ease up the load on Bell. Because if we're running him into the ground this early, then this is not going to be good. Because this is a guy that I'm hoping stays on this football team because he's pretty much damn near the only explosive elite weapon that we have offensively. It's just him. So if we tear him up this season and going forward, that wear and tear is going to cause some issues down the line, years to come. So I'm hoping that he's good to go. And if he's not, I'm hoping that we see more of these other backs come in, spell in, get into the rotation, kind of ease up on the load of them. I know mismanagement.
This team is just so stupid, dude. It's like we just talked about all the problems they have: offensive line, corner, and middle linebacker. What do we have? We have 4 running backs that are active. Like what a jackass joke of a team is this? And then this is coming from a Notre Dame fan. I'm actually a Josh Adams fan. Like I actually like this player. He's a very good running back, explosive. He did very well with the Eagles. But to have 4 running backs is just, to me, it's just like we just talked about all the holes we have. But it was so important to get him off the practice squad on the active roster because he's so valuable. Like I don't, whatever. Like I'm just so over the season. I'm over all this now. It's just stupid to me now.
Yeah, I don't understand. The thing I didn't get was why was it such a big deal to get him off the practice spot and put him on the roster when Gase damn near doesn't use any other back except Bell, and even Bell he misuses. So what exactly are you doing? It's like you don't use Ty Montgomery. You barely use Powell. Yeah. I'm like, what are you like? What was the rush to get him on the roster? Why do we have 4 running backs? What is he going to do? Does he need to sit on the bench? Does Adam Gase need to see him on the bench? I don't get it because he's not going to utilize him correctly. We all know he's missed all 3 of our backs.
Well, supposedly they're because Rontez Miles is now out for the year, so he's good on special teams, but I just can't see them having. I don't know. Maybe they can. I don't even. You know what, Joe? To be honest with you, I'm to the point now. I'm tired of questioning Adam Gase. Because 95% of things don't make sense to me anymore. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like I have no faith in him. I don't trust him. I don't believe in any kind of logic. It just doesn't make any sense. So what we're going to do is we actually have a celebrity on the line. We have a celebrity who made a big statement today, and he's been on WFAN. He's been on the Michael Kay Show. He's been on ABC News. And he has time for this lowly-ass podcast that's full of 2 fake-ass fans. So we're going to bring on Mr. NYSF Magazine. Jay, what's up, man?
I love being a fake-ass fan, man. That's what we are. We're fake-ass fans. We're not real fans. We don't go to games. We don't support the team. We're fake-ass fans, watching a beautiful product and a coach that deserves to be here for the length of his contract and a front office that's really doing nothing wrong. It's like that gif with the with the cat sitting down at the table and the fire's burning all around him, and they're like, no, everything's fine. That's I feel like what's going on in Florham Park right now.
Yeah, this is a game that, fans should be excited about, where it's like, oh, wow, we have all these, Jets, Giants, and all the hype, all the hoopla, all this really cool stuff, and it's like, all right, and now we have, no fanfare, both teams suck, the Jets are a complete mess, they're decimated by injuries, and, Jay, just to be honest, if the Jets even win this game, it's so meaningless because the Giants are so bad, it's like a useless game in my opinion. Nothing comes out of this. This is a game that I could totally see them winning. This will be the game that they win, in spite of themselves. At the end of the season, when they're a game at the end of one season where we beat Kansas City on a last-second field goal or something, and we would have had the 3rd pick or the 1st. I forget exactly what the situation was, but those are the types of games that we win. Games that we wins in spite of ourselves. And this will be a game, and they'll who knows, they'll go out and win or play well or something and then everybody, and there aren't many of them left, but the ones who are still, I can't figure out why, trying to defend Adam Gase and say he deserves more time here, they'll say, see, I told you, you're an idiot flying that plane, you don't know what you're talking about, Adam Gase hasn't had enough time, and then, and that'll be the rhetoric that's going on Twitter. I don't care what happens in this game. Dude, he's done. He lost to Miami, we have 3 years of Miami, plus the start that he's had here, plus the injuries, plus the locker room meltdown, plus
the fan sentiment. Enough is enough, and he's got to go. I mean, I don't want to hear any more about that he deserves more time. The same stuff that people said with John Idzik, the same stuff that people say, listen, you have a bad employee, you don't keep him around for the sake of continuity. All that does is continuously has a bad employee there. You cut it out, you get a good employee. That's it.
Admit your mistake. That's it. Admit the mistake and move on.
Yep.
Do people make mistakes? There's no. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
Yep. No, yeah. Look, Jay, and I hear you. I'm right there with you, dude. I never wanted the guy, and if you watch him just throughout this season, like you talked about, he's just clueless, dude. Like he just doesn't get it, and he is everything that I said he was. It's the same stuff I saw in Miami. The awful play calling, the lack of adjustments, all the nonsense that's gone on. Dude, he's got to go. But one thing that I'm really worried about is Sam, man. I really, really am. Because there's even fans that are starting to turn on him as well because of the way that the offense has just lacked this season. And my question for you, man, is what are you hoping to see out of Sam in this game?
Yeah, look, I mean, it's one of those spots. It's like no win as a fan because, of course, you want to see Sam play well. Of course, you want to see the Jets. As a fan, you want to see the Jets beat the Giants. You don't want to ever lose to the Giants in a regular season game. And, you know, the Giants are having all their own issues too. And, you know, but we need to see Sam play well. That's all I really care about the rest of the season. We need to see Sam play well. And we need to see Sam, you know, protected. But I don't know that that's really going to be possible with this coaching staff and with these schemes and with this game plan and with this, you know, situation that we have in front of us. I mean, he couldn't really even. I mean, he played well in that first drive and in spots against the Dolphins. But if you can't do it against the Dolphins, what makes you think you can do it against anybody else? You know, I mean, enough is enough. But I wish. I hate to say it, man. And I know that it's like, you know, it's counterproductive. But I really wish that, like, somehow, like, you know, somebody would step in and just sit him down. And I know you guys are going to say it's not the best plan, but sit him down for the rest of the season somehow. Put him on IR or something for some, you know, injury or whatever, and let the kid get his head screwed on straight before he just goes out there and gets his brain scrambled. Because you were saying it last week, Joe, and or on Monday, and you were spot on. It's like, dude, eventually one of these hits, he's not going to get back up. I mean, he's just not, and he's in harm's way on every single play.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what purpose does it even serve at this point to even have him out there? Like, Gase has got to be gone after this year. So, you know, if he starts to play a little bit better or something in Gase's system, and Gase is fired, I mean, what difference does it make anyway if he's in there? So I don't know. I don't even know what the answer is, guys. I'm so sick and tired of this stuff, man. Like, you know, it's the first week in November, and we're already in this spot where we can't even root for our, you know, our second-year quarterback, our, you know, potential franchise quarterback, you know, in fear of wins may keep this clown Adam Gase around. I can't take it anymore. I'm fed up.
No, that's the whole thing. It's like there's nothing really to root for here. It's like, you know, a portion of us actually say, you know what, the more they lose, maybe the faster he gets out of here. And I hate being like that. Like, a portion of me says, you know what, I almost want the Giants to win 31-10 on Sunday to expedite this process. Because having him here is just hurting us. So if it means another bad loss or two, we're already embarrassed, we're already disgusted, we already hate everything, we're not going to the games. So you know what, get blown out, get embarrassed, and get this guy out of here.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, if it's some nondescript team like the Bengals or Redskins, you can, you know, and you lose it, it's embarrassing, it's one thing, but man, it's very difficult, man. We're going to be getting texts, and the only saving grace in this whole thing is that the Giants aren't like 6-2 right now or 5-3, and we have to hear it, you know, more and more of it from our Giant fan friends. But I'm with you. Who cares? Honestly, at the end of the day, the text will end on Sunday. Monday will start. We'll be able to say, yeah, well, you guys stink too if they blow us out. So it is what it is. But you know, I just want a better future for this team, man. That's all I care about, and that's all that's my passion of putting that plane in the air and getting this whole thing together. It's all about. And, you know, for people that think that I'm, you know, and there's not many of them, even the people who were against what we did with the Idzik stuff are pretty much on board with this one. I mean, you know, it's just, we just want to have football to enjoy, man. It's been so long, and we've had nothing to enjoy. Nothing. Barely any 5 weeks of Fitzmagic, and that's it since 2010. And it's like, you know, it's about to be 2020. That's a decade. And we've had basically 6 good weeks as Jet fans. So I don't know what else to do, man. You know, like, you can't question my passion and my desire to see this team win. I know that there's some people that don't agree with what I'm doing, and that's fine. But, I mean, look, man, if somebody else has an answer of how we can get through to ownership, how frustrated we are with the process and the people involved in making these decisions, then please, I'm all ears. And if you can come up with a better solution than what I'm doing...
You know what? No, but see, the thing is, I think for the most part, all Jet fans agree that Gase should be fired. That's not a question. And then now the response is, well, if you want him gone, don't spend money, don't do this. The problem is, 85% of tickets are already bought. The money's already been spent.
Right.
So it's like a half empty stadium now doesn't mean anything because the tickets are already paid for. So the Jets are getting
worse
money for not even being there. It's even worse.
It's worse.
You know what I mean?
It's worse.
So it's like.
Let me tell you how it's worse than that, though. It's worse than that for people that have PSLs because they've already paid their PSL. So if they stop going to games and they default and lose whatever value is into that PSL, which I guess at this point is nothing, but it's still something. People that paid $4,000 for a PSL or $10,000 or $15,000 or $25,000, it's not that easy to just say, you know what? Yeah, I did that. I just finished paying off my last PSL installment, but you know what? I'm so fed up with the Jets, I'm just going to walk away and just consider that some cost. That's a hard thing to do, man. It's one thing before those PSLs existed, but walking away from tickets is not as easy as just walking away from tickets. I'm not going to the game this week. I'm not. You know me. I fly in for all the games. I come up for all the games. I'm not going in. I won't watch this what show. But guys, it's not that easy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, it's easy to say. No, but what I'm saying is they're saying, you know what? Like, so right now it's November 8th. If you don't like it, don't go to the games. Okay, people aren't going, but the tickets are already bought. So since the money's already been spent, to do protests now and do stuff now is the only way to do it, to have your voice be heard, because the money's already been spent on the tickets. The jerseys are already bought. They've already made all their money and everything. They're sitting like fat pigs for the next 2 months. So now it's like, all right, you've taken our money, you've done all this, now you're going to hear our voices. And if it costs us $10 a person, who cares? That $10 after spending thousands means nothing.
Dude, there's 100. I believe there's like 170 something people at this point that have donated, and there's about $3,400 in there, which means basically that breaks down to $20 a person, or about 2 beers at the stadium. Like, I don't want to hear people telling other people what they should be spending their money on. Like if you walked up to, and people are saying, oh, donate that money to charity. If people walked up to somebody on the line at MetLife Stadium while they were buying 2 beers and said to them, hey, you shouldn't be buying 2 $10 beers. You should be donating that money to charity. Well, you know what? It's not up to somebody to tell somebody else what to do with their money.
But you know what that is, though? It's people that are not emotionally involved. They're not financially involved. It's very easy to be an outsider looking like, oh, you shouldn't do that. Why? Because you're a beat writer, because you have an agenda, because you have a source, because you're a fan of the Falcons. Like, you don't. If you're not in our shoes, don't tell me what to do. Like that's the way I look at it. Like, people spend money on road trips and going back to that hellhole of the stadium, buying all these new fancy jerseys and getting into all this Kool-Aid, promoting their brand all over social media. If you don't get a return on your investment, as with anything else, you speak up and speak out and do your thing. And there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. It's ridiculous.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you, and it's so funny. You guys touched on it, but, man, I just started tweeting about it right as you touched on it. I know you didn't even see my tweets because I was literally tweeting it as you were saying it. Dude, all of a sudden now the beat is coming to Adam Gase's defense. I wonder where that's coming from. I wonder if it was not like a, hey guys, let's have a meeting, ownership to beat. Listen, you guys speak to the masses. Tell everybody that these guys are a bunch of buffoons and what they're doing is stupid, and try and sway the masses against them. Dude, fans aren't going to be fooled. Fans are not going to be fooled by that. Like, give me a break. Do you think that? Look at the responses to Brian Costello-O'Connor and Matt, however the hell you pronounce his last name, from NJ.com. Dude, you don't get to get paid by this team, or to get paid for covering this team as a living, and tell the people who are paying their hard-earned money to support this team how they're supposed to feel and what they're supposed to do. Dude, write an article about the damn team and do whatever you're going to do.
To see how hypocritical they are, after Sunday's loss, they're all like, you got to be fired, this is ludicrous, worst performance ever. And all of a sudden today, now you shouldn't be fired? Give me a break. You're selling your soul to keep your job. Give me a break. Have some goddamn spine and speak your real mind. Seriously,
have some pride. I mean, give me a break, dude. And listen, I'm going to speak out against that because all of a sudden now, a few hours later, the plane's stupid. It's a stupid idea. nonstop stats about what a terrible job the guy's doing, and all of a sudden 8 weeks is not long enough. You know what, dude? Shoot that take so far to the sun that it burns up. Hey, get out of here. I mean, enough is enough with you guys. Now, I've had enough of that.
Yeah, no, I saw that too, and I was like, I mean, we all know a lot how this all works. And you see how this is working out. I'm like, dude, come on. Like, all week long, every article's been about how inept this organization is, how he should be fired, all this. And now today, it's like, well, injuries are a problem. Do not. If you want to keep any credibility as a reporter, please do not start giving me excuses. Do not start justifying his losing. I'll just go off. I mean, I will just I'll make video after video. I will attack relentlessly. Because you're getting exposed now for being frauds. So,
NJ.freaking.com. NJ.com. You know what, Matt from NJ.com, you clown? You have half the followers that I'm a blogger. I'm just a blogger, dude. I'm just a blogger, and you have half the amount of followers.
I'm just a fan.
You clown. You clown. But we're just fans, dude. You do this for a living. You're in the building every day. You can't get your follower count over 4,000. I think, like, there's guys on Jets Twitter. Drew and all those guys have more followers than you do, my man. Maybe it's time to shut your mouth, clown.
It's
at me, Jay. At NYSF Mag. If you're going to talk about me, Matt, why don't you just at me, brother? Clown.
Jay, good stuff as always, man. You're now a celebrity.
Love you guys, man. I like talking to fans. That's what I like doing. I like talking to fans, man. I don't like this game. I like talking to fans. We talk. We whether we agree with each other or not. There's some fans that don't agree with what I did, and I talk to them civilly. But you know what? You don't get to be a beat reporter and tell fans how to feel. Get that out of here. So I appreciate you guys. This stuff's going to continue. I only spent about a third of the money that we raised, so there's going to be all kinds of fun going on if this continues. So have a good night, guys.
Have a good night, man. You know, Joe, and before we go to our guest, and that's the one thing that bothers me about all this, and that's why I kind of started off the show the way we did, is it's like, listen, like, we're not affiliated with anybody. We have no ties to nobody. We can speak our mind or whatever we want, and there are opinions based on fans. And there's nothing that bothers me more is when all of a sudden you see the agenda come out. And today you saw the agenda come out where it was like, listen, I mean, I don't necessarily agree with flying the plane. I just don't think it was necessary because I think everybody knows what needs to happen. But if it expedites things, even better. But the last thing I want is for somebody to tell me that's not a fan how to be a fan. Unless you spent the money we spend and the hours and energy we put into this team, unless you do that, don't talk to me. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Like, we've been doing this for years, watching this team be disappointed, disgusted, wasting money, and we're fed up. And there's nothing wrong with speaking out about it. Like, you're just not. And to say, oh, you use your resources differently. Wait, the same reporters that write clickbait articles that beg for clicks so they can get paid, now all of a sudden they're going to say, tell us what to do? Like, now they have ethics? Give me a break.
Yeah,
it's so hypocritical, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, first off, I want to thank Jay for coming on. You know, I know he's doing his thing over there, and he's fired up, and he's upset, and there's a lot of other fans that are upset as well. So, you know, like I said, he's doing his thing, and I love talking to him because, you know, he knows the Jets. But, I just don't pay attention to certain writers. I'll just say that. There's certain writers that I pay no attention to whatsoever because what you see is, what I saw at least, was a chain of events where first it was Gase is a great hire. Then it was Gase sucks. Then now it's, well, Gase is the greatest again. You just got to give him a chance. And, like, dude, which one is it? Like, some of the same people, some of the same writers that I literally watched last week when we lost to the Dolphins say that he was a horrible head coach, or some of the same writers I saw flip this week and talk about, hey, you got to give him more of a chance. And the stats, the numbers are there, but there's injuries. So it's just like, dude, what side of the fence are you on, man? What side of the fence are you on, dude? Like, can you figure it out? Like, can you tell me? That's why I say, you know, I don't always listen to a lot of writers or only read certain stuff, you know. So it is what it is. Clearly there's agendas there. Whatever, man. I'm looking at the product on this field. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see what's going on here. This franchise, it clearly doesn't. Tyson, hell, we do YouTube videos. How many fans from other teams are commenting on our YouTube videos, literally telling us, hey, I'm a Falcons fan, but I watch y'all from time to time. It's Adam Gase. Like, there's supposed to be Vikings fans. Hey, do y'all know y'all should fire Adam Gase? Like, these are people that barely watch our team, that tune in maybe 2 weeks out of the entire season that's gone on so far, and they've been able to be like, hey, y'all got hell, I had a Bills fan comment on one of my videos and say, hey, y'all got Le'Veon Bell. I don't understand why y'all don't hand him the ball more. Like, what? That is a Bills fan telling me that. Like, come on, man. Like, this is not rocket science. We all see what's going on here. This guy needs to get the hell out of here as soon as possible. And, if Christopher Johnson doesn't understand that he needs to turn around and just say, look, I'm wrong, and, I made a mistake, and I'm going to do whatever I can, or I'm going to let Joe Douglas make the decisions. If he tries to double down on this idiotic decision, that means he just doesn't give a damn about the franchise, and he doesn't care about the direction of the team whatsoever. So we'll see what he does at the end of the season.
Yeah, so obviously this is not your normal show where we're still very angry. There's a lot of stuff going on. Most of it's off the field and most of it's nonsense. So we're going to turn the page here a little bit, something a lot more important, a lot more positive. As everybody knows, we're right around the corner from the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, everything else. It's time of year where, community food banks are very important. There's a lot of people that go without meals, and it's not just, obviously there's homeless people. There's also people that are working very hard, 2, 3 jobs, that are just struggling to put meals on our table. So we're going to bring on Mary O'Connell, who we talk to, I think, every year now. She's like a good friend of ours. Mary, this is Joe and Tyson. How you doing?
I'm doing really well. How are you guys doing?
Well, normally we're doing pretty good, but our team is pretty bad, so we're kind of like, we're an angry group now, so we're happy to talk about something a lot more positive now.
And I'm happy to be able to offer you an agenda that I think that almost everybody could get behind, and that's the fact that there shouldn't be any people who live in our communities in the New York metropolitan area who have any fear that they won't know where their next meal is coming from. And the Community Food Bank of New Jersey is the lead, actually, food distributor in the state of New Jersey, a lead anti-hunger organization, and we are happy to do the work that we do and sad that we need to do it. Just here in the state of New Jersey, there are almost 900,000 people who really don't know where their next meal is coming from, and almost, actually more than 260,000 of them are children. So I think helping the food banks is an agenda that could be high on everybody's list as we head into the holidays.
Yeah, absolutely, Mary. And I want to thank you for coming on. I love all the work that you do over there, and I want to thank you for everything that you folks do over there at the Community Food Bank. Can you tell us a little bit about your position within the Community Food Bank and exactly what you do?
Sure. At the Community Food Bank of New Jersey, I am the Checkout Hunger Coordinator. Checkout Hunger is a front-end fundraising campaign that's held at this time of year, and it has been for 29 years. This is its 29th year, where it's one of the easiest ways to help the food bank, and not just the Community Food Bank of New Jersey, but all of the food banks in the region, by basically, when you see a Checkout Hunger placard at a supermarket or convenience store, and you can take off a $1, $3, or $5 donation slip and make a donation. And 100% of the money that is donated through our retail partners actually goes directly to the food banks that serve that store's community. We have a lot of really fantastic partners who have been with us for years and years and years, and we always basically try to talk about them in their type and in alphabetical order. So the supermarket chains that are involved are King's, which are largely in New Jersey, but also on Long Island, ShopRite and Price Right Marketplace, and also Wegmans, and Brooklyn has a new Wegmans, and that sounded like it was a big deal when it opened there. And we also have 2 convenience store partners, which are Quick Check and Wawa. And as I said, it's very easy to help. And for the Community Food Bank, what's true is every dollar that's donated actually allows us to provide 3 meals. So it really has a multiplier factor for us. And it is amazing to me, I've run the campaign for 18 years, how much 1s, 3s, and 5s can add up over time to help the food bank. And also that it attracts people to the food bank, seeing our logo and seeing this fight against hunger, especially at this period of time as you're going through Thanksgiving and the December holidays, when people are really focused on food and on family and realizing the problems that many of their neighbors have.
Yeah, and it's funny. I was just in ShopRite this evening. I live in Brick, New Jersey, and I saw the Community Food Bank things there, the signs, the donation things. And I was like, wow, we're talking to her tonight. That's so cool. And it's you see it everywhere, where people have the opportunity to donate and do what they can. What are some of the biggest challenges when spreading information about hunger in the community?
I think the problem with it is that, as somebody once said to me, it's sort of a vanilla problem. It's just there. And people really feel like there isn't a lot that they can do about it. But the fact of the matter is, obviously, donating to us is a very, very important thing. But we do a lot, and we're always trying to get better and better and better at what we do. We have grown in many, many, many ways. And just last year alone, the food bank distributed over 60 million pounds of food, and that's the equivalent of 50 million meals. And a quarter of the food that was distributed are fresh fruits and vegetables. And about 67% of the food we distribute are from foods to encourage categories. In other words, most of the food banks are getting away from just having people donate soda or snacks. Everybody is trying to focus, as is the society as a whole, on finding ways to eat more healthily. So I think it really is just that people can feel that frustration of this is something that we have talked about, I with you guys, for many, many years, and we will keep talking about it until we actually reach a point where we can be sure that all of our neighbors in need are secure in being able to get a supply of food.
Mary, what are some of the events you have coming up to kind of promote the community food bank?
Yeah, well, this is a time of year when we are doing lots of different things. One of the big things is basically having food drives, and on the weekend of November 23rd and 24th, there'll be a big turkey drive at many sites across New Jersey where people can come and drop off holiday food items to help hungry families be able to enjoy a Thanksgiving meal. And there are also other events all of the time around the areas. Our community partners also are very, very engaged. We basically distribute food among more than 1,000 community partners, which are agencies like soup kitchens and food pantries and feeding programs. And we have kids cafes where children receive meals after school. And we have family pack programs where children of families in need actually receive a family pack of food in a backpack on Friday afternoon and take it home to help supplement food over the weekend. And we do other fundraising events. We have luncheons. We have a big blue jean ball. But our core focus is really making sure that we keep the issue out in the public. And that's one of the great things about Check Out Hunger. The amount of money that it raises is very important to us. In New Jersey, Check Out Hunger usually raises about $1.5 million in 3 months at this time of year. And across the entire region, we coordinate the campaign in 11 states for over 40 food banks. And across that whole region, it actually raises about $5 million. So you can imagine with all of our purchasing power how far that goes.
Yeah, those are some amazing numbers. Mary, what is the best way for our listeners to get involved with the food bank?
There are many ways that you can get involved with the food bank. Obviously, you can donate funds, both through Check Out Hunger, and also, obviously, you could go directly to our website and do that. You can also volunteer, and this is true for all of the food banks. What I'm saying is actually true for Food Bank of New York City, Feeding Westchester, Long Island Cares. All of us basically operate on the same sort of model. You can go to our websites and find out exactly what we're doing. Volunteering is very, very important. We actually, at the Community Food Bank, have about 40,000 volunteer visits a year. And frankly, we would not be able to perform our mission at all if we didn't have the help of all of those people, because it basically boils down to having about 50 extra employees, which we would never be able to pay 50 more employees. So that's one thing. Actually, just sort of advocating and spreading awareness. If you're concerned about the issue, just talking to your friends and family and pointing it out when you have it. And also, people obviously can support the missions by talking about this issue on their social media. People can host food drives. People can host fund drives. Both of those things work very, very well. And basically, you can, as I said, just look at any of the food bank's websites Our website is www.cfbnj.org, and that's C, food, S as in food, B as in bank, nj.org. Or you could just Google Community Food Bank of New Jersey, and our website would pop up. And the same is true. If anybody out there is listening in the wider area and you're not sure what your food bank is, you could go to the Feeding America website, put in your zip code, and you would be able to find the food bank that is a member of Feeding America, which is a nationwide network of food banks who are performing the same mission.
Awesome. Well, Mary, first of all, thank you very much for joining us on a Friday night, and thank you very much for just doing everything you do in the community. We will definitely do our best to spread as much awareness as we possibly can.
Yes, you've been extremely supportive of the food bank for years now, and we deeply appreciate that. Getting the word out in every possible way is one of the best things. Awareness raising is as important as fundraising when it comes to something like Check Out Hunger. So I really appreciate the chance to do this every year and talk to all of the Jets fans out there about something other than their anger and angst and sadness about everything that you've experienced.
Oh.
Mary, have a great night. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, thank you very much. It's great talking to you as always. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye. Joe, she made a great point. Instead of wasting money on Jets tickets or wasting money on jerseys of guys that won't be on the team anymore, a lot of these guys aren't going to be here next year. Don't waste money on the jerseys. Don't buy anything. Yeah. Don't go to the stadium and buy those $10 beers. Give that money to the community food bank during this time of year. And like I said, if you're, I'm in New Jersey, I'm in the Jersey Shore, I see their signs all over the place. I'm always throwing in $5 here, $5 there. It's very easy to do. It's just cash, throw it in there. And she said, $1, $5 can be 3 meals. It's that much. The amount they can get for very little dollars, very little money, it's pretty remarkable.
Exactly. And, we're all fake fans, of course. So, listen, I encourage all these fake fans out there to give some real money to cfbnj.org. Get involved with the community food bank. They're doing a lot of great things over there. Donate if you can because, again, you don't want to have anyone out there wondering where their next meal is coming from. It's not just about the homeless. There's a lot of working poor out there that are also looking around wondering where their next meal is going to come from. So let's do whatever we can to help them out during the holidays.
Yeah, like you said, a lot of people, it's not, you always think of community food bank, it's poverty-stricken people. A lot of times it's people that are working, 50, 60, 70 hours a week trying to take care of their family.
Exactly.
And they just can't, and it's like, that little you give can make their Thanksgiving that much better. When we're all seeing our families having great meals, they can do the same. So you can give back to them, that'd be super awesome. I guess now, unfortunately, we go back to this team and talk about Jets-Giants, which is just a train wreck of a game. No, I really don't want to. I really, to be honest with you, I dread these preview shows now because it's just like I look at it and I'm like, you know what? I don't care about matchups because we don't have any, and we have injuries, and we have holes everywhere, and I don't trust the coaching staff, and I don't trust the players. Because, to be honest with you, this game they may play with some pride because it's Jets-Giants, the Battle of New York, stuff like that. But if there was a game for the team to quit on their coach and say they really don't want him around, this would be the game. Yeah. This would be the game. Yeah. If you really want to expose your head coach, this is the game to quit on your coach. To not show up and get blown out in a very high exposure game.
Well, I thought the Dolphins game was that game. I thought that we pretty much already got an answer in that game.
The Jets-Giants is going to have the whole New York market watching it. This is where the media's all over it. If you want to really get your coach fired, you just lay down this week and you can expedite things.
Well, I'll tell you, it's not just about if Adam Gase wants to see himself get fired, he better step it up and throw everything he's got in the kitchen sink. Whatever you got left in that little brain of yours, whatever offensive genius or prowess you might have, you better do something to make this offense productive because so far it has looked horrid all season. So he's got to get it together, man, and we'll see what he has in his bag of tricks as well.
We're going to go to our good friend Steve. Steve, what's up, man?
Hi, guys. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. It's Friday night. Get ready to watch some Bellator at 9 o'clock. I'm not doing too bad, man. It's the weekend's here. We're just chilling out.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the whole fire out of Gase thing on the plane today, that went over the George Washington Bridge. I give credit to Jay of doing that, Good job, Jay, on that. I mean, I'm another guy who wants Adam Gase's ass out of here. And the thing was, I mean, today I said this on Twitter, and I know Tyson, I tagged you in this on Twitter, because the Jets are going to be doing the black uniform form this week. I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to black out Adam Gase, for giving us this horrific season this year.
Yeah, it's funny, man. Like a lot of these things we were all excited about, like, the stealth uniforms, the black, and it's like, first of all, like, those uniforms look a lot better at night. But I mean, whatever. That's kind of what they were made for. But whatever. I don't even care. Like, I don't care if they wear black, polka dots, if they wear clown outfits, which some of them should wear. I don't even care, dude. Like, this game it's lost all its luster at this point. Like, it's just disgusting.
Yeah. Here's the thing now that I'm seeing, from this game. I mean, this game is about two tales of this game. Black Cats versus Ghosts. We have the New York Giants as the Black Cats, and we have the Jets as the Ghosts, because going back from the Monday night game that the Giants had, the Black Cat gave them bad luck on MetLife Stadium before the half ended. And, I mean, but as I look
Wouldn't it be reversed?
Game,
Wouldn't the Jets be the Black Cats and the Giants be the Ghosts?
Yeah, that's a good one. Hang on, but, as I was going to say this, going into this game.
He blew the joke, He had it backwards.
Hey, man, come on. Let's let Steve get through it. Let's see what he's got, man. He's trying his best. Come on, Steve. Give us what you got,
listen,
man.
Okay.
Come on.
All right, but now, as I look into this game,
that joke just bombed big time. He just complete flopped that one. It's like, Jesus Christ, man.
Look, man,
Hey, come on. Can I finish saying my thing before you guys
It's not about how you fall. It's about how you get up. Come on, Steve. Get up. Keep fighting.
Yeah,
keep swinging, Steve. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right.
Come on, Steve. Put that in gear. Your transmission is slipping.
Yeah,
Come on. Put that in gear. Let's go. Get that car going. Don't run out of gas.
Got no oil in it.
I'm trying to, but Tyson keeps on interrupting me.
Come on.
Well, if you make better
Let's go.
I know. Okay. So as I look into this game on Sunday, the way
of
how
average
this
fan
game
podcast
is looking Sunday is, it's two very bad teams, Jets and the Giants. And the way of how I see this is, even though despite the fact that the Giants are 2-7, and we're 1-7, the way of how I see this game is, there are two key matchups. There are some key matchups that have to happen. The Jets have to keep up with Saquon Barkley. I mean, Saquon this year is not having the season this
Who the
year.
hell is going to keep up with Saquon Barkley, Steve? Who exactly is going to do that? Our 7th string or our 8th string linebacker? Which one's going to do it? Can you tell me? Which one? Who exactly is doing that?
Well, I mean, hey, listen, I'm saying, like, these are predictions, for the game.
I mean, I'm asking you a question. Like, you gave me the matchup. Who exactly is going to match up with Barkley? Our 7th string or the 8th string linebacker? Or do you maybe try to put a safety on him, which is a terrible idea?
I would have to try the 7th string linebacker. I mean, I know we've been hurt at the linebacker position, but I mean, one thing that do help, with us, is the Giants are without two of their best offensive players. I mean, there's no Evan Ingram, there's no Sterling Shepard. I mean, it does kind of help out the Jets defense, even though the defense has been really terrible the last couple of games. But
we have no corners. We have one friggin' corner.
What about Golden Tate matched? What about Golden Tate matched up with our corners, Steve? I mean, don't you think that's a matchup that they'll take advantage of?
Well, I was going to mention Golden Tate because, Golden Tate is the other player that I do worry about in this game. I mean, because, just despite the fact that the corner...
Oh, my. I got to deal with the Jets, and now I got to deal with this. Oh, my God. This is back?
I have to deal with this, too, every week.
I thought it was gone. It's back? Playing that garbage-ass song is back on the show? Oh, my goodness.
Well,
I got to deal with games, and now I got to deal with that? Oh, my goodness. That is terrible, man. That's the worst. Come on, Steve. Come on. Hit the gas for me, man. Come on.
Because I was just to mention about
Golden
Tate.
Let's go.
Saquon Barkley and Golden Tate are the two players on the Giants offense that worry me the most in this game.
Okay.
That's
And
it.
then,
There's more than that.
Here's the thing, though.
Come on, Steve.
But
Drive me far away from here.
Here is
Come on,
the thing,
we gotta get
though,
out of here.
that
Let's
I
go.
will say this. I do hope, that this could finally be a game. I mean, despite the fact that Adam Gase has made Sam Darnold look like crap, I mean, the Giants' defense is terrible. I mean, at least in 7 to 8 of their games this year, they give up an average about 20 or more points per game. I mean, the only game that they didn't really give up 20 points was their 24-3 win at home against Washington. I mean, I'm hoping, that this could be a game, that Sam could have some connections, with Crowder and hope
So, Steve,
and get other players
I know
involved in the offense.
Steve, I have a question for you.
And hopeful. What is it now?
If the offense, no, I don't want to hear anymore. Listen, the offensive line is the mess. Are you worried about Leonard Williams having a revenge game?
It does kind of worry me about if Leonard Williams does have a revenge game.
Are you gonna say why?
That'll be about the...
No, it does worry me. It does worry me. I mean, because, Leonard Williams knows what the team is like, and I bet you this week he's probably talking, with the Giants defensive line.
I would be shocked if Leonard Williams does anything, to be absolutely honest with you. When I watched that interview when he said, I can't wait to tackle Sam. Dude, you ain't tackled a quarterback in years. What are you talking about? But honestly, this might be the game where we let up and he goes off and does something crazy against us. I wouldn't be shocked as bad as this offensive line is.
Hey.
I want to talk to you about Herndon, man, because this guy supposedly is going to play. He's going to be back. What are you expecting out of him in this game, Steve? I know you're ready to bring the fire, man. Come on.
I actually really do hope that if we do try to end up and win this game, Herndon has to come up big. Because, I mean, last year we did...
Yeah, he's the key to the game. He's the key. The tight end is the key to the game.
Stop interrupting.
It's not the cornerbacks. It's not the linebackers. Not the offensive line. It's not Gates. It's Chris Herndon's the X factor for his whole game. Got it.
Come on, he's trying to bring peace, man. He's in fifth gear right now.
I hope Herndon can bring a big impact to the game. Because, I mean, we saw last year that Sam and Herndon were having a big connection with each other, and I'm hoping that we could see it on Sunday as we face the Giants.
How many snaps do you think he's going to play?
His dog is bringing fire.
His dog. You pissed the dog off with that tape.
I'm telling you. Come on, he's angry there, but he's getting at you, man. He's getting at you. He's talking about it all. I heard him talk about bail, everything. Yeah. He's bringing it.
This is terrible.
Am I hoping for snaps? I would say between 40 to 50.
Say what?
Hey, you were talking about snaps. It's a prediction. What else do you guys want me to say?
Wait.
Let's see.
Chris Herndon's going to get 40 to 50 snaps? 40 to 50.
It's just a guess. What else do you want me to say?
I think you heard it wrong, Tyson. I think you said 14 to 15. I think he said 14 to 15.
He may not get that in the next 3
weeks.
weeks.
He said 14 to 15, not 40 to 50.
That's almost as bad as 22 touchdowns or some nonsense. Remember that conversation?
Oh, come on, man. I heard 14 to 15. That's what I heard.
I heard 40 to 50.
I know you're going to try to... Oh, come on.
I know what I heard.
Look, listen, Steve's bringing the heat right now, and he knows what he's talking about. You can't keep bashing on. Damn. Bye-bye. Damn.
Hey, can I give my score prediction? Because I know.
Of course. We can't miss this. We need this. Go ahead, Steve. What is it?
Score prediction. Well, despite the fact how I really want Adam Gase to be fired, I think the Jets will. It's to call me crazy, but I think we could actually definitely win this game Sunday. Close game, ugly game. I'm going to go.
Wait a minute. You just said. Wait. Hold on.
Jets.
You just said. Wait. So you said it could, maybe, possibly, definitely going to happen. Is it definitely going to happen or possibly going to happen?
I think it will definitely happen. 24-21 Jets win.
There you go. All right, then. Enjoy the game, Steve. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Good night.
Good night. Man, that call sent us back like about 2 years in listeners. We probably lost so many listeners because of that call. I mean, goddamn, we probably lost half our credibility. We may lose credentials because of that call. Like, man, what are these guys doing? They suck.
Oh man, come on, listen. First off, I want to thank Steve for calling in, man. He comes on.
I'm not thanking him.
He brought the fire, like only he can.
Mm-hmm.
He started that car up and he drove. You know what I'm saying? He got it in fifth gear.
Match.
So I want to thank Steve for calling in and trying to bring us a little something. His dog even tried to, give us a little something at the end as well. So shout out to Steve, man. Shout out to Steve.
I think Steve was probably locked back in his basement. His dog was trying to bite him. Be like, just stop talking. The dog was going after him. Like, just stop it, man. Just stop.
Man. I'm hoping he wasn't locked in that, but he might have been. You never know. Last time he was locked in that basement, there was a lot of odd questions we could have asked, but, we kept it on the low. We kept it on the humble. We didn't even go there, but look, Steve called in.
We saved that for our YouTube channel.
Steve called in. He gave us what he had, and I want to thank him again, man. It's trying times. This team is driving us all crazy.
Yep. So Instagram and Twitter @TalkJetsRadio. We're on YouTube. Let's Talk Jets Radio. And now we're going to go to our good friend Tyrone. Tyrone, what's up, man?
Yo, that was a hard phone call, bro. I almost hung up. That was horrible. Joe, it was really,
I almost hung up.
Hey, listen, it was really hard. I knew it was bad when it was really hard for Joe, and I was like, why am I listening to this? I can't. This is I love you, Steve, man, but wow.
Terrible.
That was different. Steve, you was doing good for a while, buddy, but today you fell off. And I want to say also, man, hey, I didn't get to call in Tuesday, but I got to listen to it during the week. Yo, Tuesday show was amazing, fellas, man. Y'all did your thing. And another thing, Jay, I love you, bro. I love everything you doing. You will get my donation this weekend. Keep doing what you're doing, baby. You know what it is. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I don't even care about this game. I don't even care anymore.
Nope.
I don't care about the stats. I don't care about who plays. I don't care if we win, and I preferably don't. I just don't care anymore. It's to that point, man. I just love you guys. I love this show enough to call. Other than that, man, we suck all the way around. It doesn't matter who shows up because they don't show up. And the worst thing in the world is our quarterback is just he's just regressing at a really fast pace. Our offensive line sucks. I saw on Twitter today. Blessed Austin, whatever his name is. There was someone was like, yeah, man, he got activated, so he's gonna be our savior. This kid hasn't played football in 18 months. He's never played in the NFL. He hasn't played a preseason game. He has, you know what I'm saying? What do you expect him to do? I mean, this is just retarded. We have no quarterbacks. Listen, you know what's going to really happen Sunday? Because I want to actually watch the game. Because I was like, my uncle was like, come watch the game with me, nephew. No, I'm not. I don't even care. You're a Giant fan. Be happy. I could care less. I'm a lonely, miserable Jets fan. What I am. But Leonard Williams is probably going to have about 5 sacks. And this is bad, right? Because he'll have 5 sacks because the offensive line.
That's a good thing. They'll give him an extension.
They'll give him an extension. We'll get a better draft pick.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, this is the funny part, though, right? Our offensive line is that bad that Leonard Williams sucks all the time he was with us. But Sunday, he's going to look like Lawrence Taylor reincarnated, man. It's a trash show right now, man. It sucks what's going on. It's just horrible, man. It's just horrible. Like, you can't even get motivated for this, man. Like, it's like a couple of months ago, man, we were so excited and it was just so much love and just dreaming about something happening. This organization is horrible from top to bottom, man. And to keep a head coach that lost to the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do you understand how bad and how frustrating that is as anybody of a football fan to lose to a team that wants to lose? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, and then you know what's even worse? I heard something today, a stat that I heard today, and I don't think you guys know this. You know we have not won 11 games but 3 times in our franchise history? Is that retarded? In our franchise history, we haven't won more than 11 games but 3 times. That's horrible, man. Well, it's the organization, bro. It's just...
Yeah. And Tyrone, listen, I want to thank you for calling in. I mean, you look at the way we've handled stuff here for years. There's been a lot of incompetence. I mean, you look at Mac's situation. That's part of the reason why this roster is the way it is, and this is a mess. Gay's coaching here is a mess. It's just all turned into complete nonsense. But, man, I want to get your thoughts on this. What are you expecting from Herndon, man? Because this supposedly is the game he's going to come back. We're all wondering, is this going to be a lost season for him? Looks like he's going to play. What kind of numbers are you expecting out of him?
Joe, I'm going to be honest with you, because I love you. I don't even care, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might have two catches.
You know
right? I mean, it's what it is, bro. Like, well, what is he going to do? Like, it doesn't matter because Sam doesn't have any time to throw the football. Like, I mean, it's like, you know, Herndon can come back, you know what I'm saying? They can go sign Jerry Rice and bring him back. It doesn't matter. The kid has no time to throw the football, bro. None. Adam Gates run the same mediocre, retarded game plan every single week. We'll have a great first drive and struggle the rest of the game. It's like he picks 12 good plays, and that's all he has. So you might get Herndon with 4 or 5 catches, but, I mean, if it comes that Sam's getting knocked on his butt 85% of the game, I could care less. I think Jay said it best, man. Why play this kid to get this kid killed? Like, and why is our offensive line coach not been fired yet? You won't fire Gates, but you keep him?
Because they're content with losing. They're content with losing. They're just staying status quo. That's it. They just stay like that.
Tyson,
they don't care.
It's not Tyson. It's to the point now, bro. It's not even losing anymore. It's embarrassing. I mean, it's embarrassing, man. That, you know,
dude, Adam Gates just told you. Wait, Adam Gates just told you last week he wasn't embarrassed.
Exactly.
Look, did you see his dumb ass on the bench? Did you see his lonely, retarded-looking self? Yo, why does he do that? He looks really stupid just sitting on the bench looking at your playbook sucks that
What's your score prediction for Sunday? What's your score prediction for Sunday?
Yo, 28-7 Giants, baby. That's it.
I'm
not rooting for the Jets no more, man. Love y'all guys, man. We stop! Fire Gates!
I let him go, Joe. I knew that was going. Look, we got to move on from that. I appreciate it. But dude,
I want to thank Tyrone for calling in, though. You know, he's passionate. He loves the team. I understand. The frustration is building, man. It's boiled over on him, damn near. Oof.
Dude, I understand. Like, I feel his pain, though. Like, I'm in the same boat. Like, listen, I've lived for football season. I love watching this team. This game is just like, man, you watch it and you're just like, it's like watching a car crash. Like, what's going to go wrong now?
Yeah.
Like, what's the next thing that's going to go wrong with this team? And it's like you're in a situation where a win means nothing, a loss is just a loss, and we're used to that. It's just gross, man. So we're going to go to Guillermo in Brooklyn. Guillermo, what's up, man?
What's up, guys? So, first and foremost, Tyson, I apologize, man. I left a message. I don't on the Facebook. I'm not trying to tell anybody how to spend their money or anything. It's just, you know, you get so disgusted with like the inept, like it's just it gets you. And look, what the dude did, the NY Mag did, I salute to him because honestly, the only way, you know, effect that we're gonna have on a somewhat, you know, relatively major scale is by doing that, right? It's by embarrassing this team to the point where, you know, they're gonna have to make. Look, I don't even know. I'm kind of just rambling on because even when you try to embarrass this team, I mean, it's like Chris Johnson doesn't even care. I saw the picture of him talking to Gates like they're buddy, or like it's like, dude, what are you doing? And to all these shills, any reporter, Manish Mehta, all these clowns, if any of them try to talk trash about you guys, I know they're not listening, but to all those guys, like, I don't want to curse, but just go do something with yourself.
Listen, Jay does a really good job of defending himself. I mean, like, we just speak as fans. Like, I don't care. Like, we all have our opinions. I mean, if anybody has a sound mind, watches this team and doesn't realize the guy he should be fired. This isn't like we're not breaking any news here. It's just blatantly obvious. If you want to sit there and try to justify keeping him, you're exposing yourself as a fraud. So now,
I don't want to hear about him staying here for a year, dude. I don't want to hear about, you don't fire a coach and blah blah. I don't want to hear that, dude, because I'm watching this game, bro. Go back and This dude, I think his name is Kevin Sabo from Elite Sports New York, something like that. He did a good breakdown of Sam Darnold, right, in the Dolphins game, right? Sam Darnold is broken, dude. This dude, Sam Darnold was a guy where he was making throws that it was like, I want to say Brett Favre-ish, but you were comfortable with some of the risk he was taking. And Sabo broke it down, and there are throws that Darnold, he's not even looking to make. These are throws in cover twos where you've seen it where, obviously last year you had Herndon, it's a safety blanket, but this guy's not even taking throws anymore. He's not even stepping up into the pocket anymore. He's still throwing off his back. But that throw to Crowder made a miracle catch, dude. That had interception written all over it if the corner didn't stumble a little bit and Crowder didn't make it an incredible catch. This guy Darnold is close to being broken, man, and it hurts because the Jets have not had a franchise quarterback, let alone a franchise player. Let's be honest. You really haven't had a franchise player where you can say, I can build my team around this kid. His temperament is perfect for New York. He has the right bravado. He's smart. Even go back to the Patriots game that last year that we lost in the last year. There were throws that he made that you said, I don't care if this team loses by 50 to this Patriots team. You've seen throws from Darnold that veterans make, that Aaron Rodgers. I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers with the velocity. I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers' decision making that he makes, and you feel you're like, I can see the potential. He's not making some of these throws anymore, man. He's shell shocked, bro. He is shell shocked, and I don't know why he came back early. I don't know his parents. His agent, we need to talk to him and say, look, do not waste your career for Adam Gase and this organization. As much as it hurt, I'd rather see Sam Darnold do better somewhere else than to suffer for this awful organization. As much as I love the Jets, the team, Woody Johnson, Adam Gase, this is a clown show. They're jokes. These guys are jokes, man.
Yeah, and I want to thank you for calling in. And look, it's not about him coming back early. It's about the beating that he's taken. And I've been talking about that for weeks, dude. The fact that you have this kid out here taking shot after shot after shot. Now, every single throw that he makes, he's thinking, my body first, safety first. Exactly. He is skittish. He is shell-shocked. He is thinking, I do not want to get hit. And this is with every throw. It doesn't matter. I mean, you can literally watch. Before he was getting hit like this, everything was free. He would run out the pocket. He would take a chance. Now he's not taking no chances because the next chance he takes, he might get cleaned up by a linebacker. He might get cleaned up by a defensive end. He might have some guy running off the edge free. He is so afraid. He's literally running for his life, and he is deathly afraid every game, and you see it in the play. You see it in, like you said, you see it in how he's throwing the ball. You see it. He is terrified.
And look, to your point, right? I could go back last year and watch the Texans game, right? Where you saw Sam Darnold, right? You saw him maneuver in the pocket. The footwork was so sexy, man. It was beautiful. And we had an O-line last year that was not good either. But this kid, at least protections, different calls were made to at least give the defense a different look. When you have teams that can basically hone on you with a 4-man, 3-man pass rush, because your O-line, you're not even calling the right protections. You're not even. I don't even think they allow him to call protections. You know what the thing about Adam Gase? It's almost as if Adam Gase is still trying to prove to the world that he's a genius, and then he can have this guy throw how many times a freaking game versus have a game plan where you have Ty Montgomery and have freaking what's this guy? I know Ty Montgomery's been a little banged up, but Ty Montgomery and Bell run the ball. Have these guys split backfields, do things to throw the defense off. Don't try to make yourself look like a genius with a guy like Darnold. You simplify things and allow his talent to slowly evolve from that. That's what Goff does. That's what even Mahomes, Andy Reid with Mahomes did. Look at Mahomes. Don't get me wrong. Mahomes has an arm. He's a good quarterback. Andy Reid makes that offense. Look what Matt Moore's doing. Hell, we're talking about former Gates quarterbacks. Look what Tannehill's doing. You know what I mean? If I know you guys got other calls, man. I'm not trying to haggle on. I just want to say I apologize, Tyson. I don't want you to think a certain way, man. I support you guys, man. I don't think anything, dude. I don't care. Opinions, man. I don't care. We listen. I know, because I support. I get so mad. I don't want Woody Johnson, Chris Johnson to have another bit of my dollars because they're so asinine. This is my last comment, bro. If I was a heart surgeon, right? Because didn't Woody Johnson say, "Oh, I'm getting used to this owner thing, blah blah." Fair enough, right?
if I have a friend who's a heart surgeon, and I know nothing about heart surgery, but I own a hospital, right? Wouldn't I defer to him for all my heart surgery versus saying, well, let me try this heart surgery thing out. I think I get the hang of it. I'm not a heart surgeon. I don't know nothing about it. But I have a certified doctor who can do it, and I don't give him the leeway to bring in blood from the Ravens and or the Philadelphia Eagles, to bring in guys of that pedigree. I don't want to bring in him, but I want to be the proud guy to think I know football guys and hire these guys. Guys, thank you very much for taking my call, man. I'm going to go punch a pole or spit on a dirty cat. I don't know what I'm going to do, man. I'm like, have a good night.
Good night,
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Whoa.
Joe, and that's the one thing that, this organization's at rock bottom, and, anybody defending Gates at this point is completely out of their mind or has an agenda, and it's obvious. I mean, this isn't rocket science. We talked about it. Former players, former coaches, every analyst we know is all saying the same thing. So it's obvious. But now it's like it's up to ownership to step up and realize it. And the more we complain, the more you do, the more anger we express to the team, they're finally got to figure it out. So that's just the way it is. And that's what makes so many fans like dude, I had an offer for 2 tickets to go to this game on Sunday. Incredible seats, 15 rows from the field, below face value, parking pass, everything. I couldn't get one Jet fan to go with me. Nobody wanted to go. Like, I'm out. Like, dude, I will not pay money until Adam Gase is gone. Almost every one of my friends said that. Like, dude, I'm not going. They'd rather go to a sports bar and drink beer and hang out and watch every other game, along with the Jet game, than sit there and go to MetLife Stadium. That's what's telling you. When you have fans that are like, you know what, I'm out. Like, I don't want to go. I'm like, dude, it's going to be sunny, 50 degrees. Like, nope, we're not going. That speaks volumes, dude. When the fan base is already this defeated and it's November 8th, that says a lot, dude. That says a lot about where we're at right now as a team.
Yeah, and first off, I want to thank Guillermo for calling in, man. You might want to stay away from those cats. Here at Let's Talk Jets, we don't support animal abuse. So don't spit on no cats. Just take a walk. You know what I'm saying?
He said a dirty cat, though. So he did clarify.
Listen, a dirty cat, a clean cat is still a cat. You know what I'm saying? We got to stay away from that. Just walk away. I understand, everyone's angry and upset, but please don't take it out on the cats. They're just trying to mind their business too. They don't like Adam Gase either. So why do that to them? But at the end of the day, listen, the frustration in the fan base is totally understandable. Like you said, you look at this situation where it is clear as day what's going on here. And the fact that you're allowing this guy to stay here and continue to go game after game, and you're giving him Sam game after game. He's regressing Sam game after game. He's getting Sam hit game after game. I'm telling you, there's going to get to a point here where the damage that is done to Sam will be irreversible, where you cannot fix some of the things that he's going to start doing or he's already doing now. We're already talking about the bad mechanics. We're already talking about him not stepping in the throws. We're already talking about him being skittish in the pocket, thinking safety first with every single throw. He doesn't want to take a chance. He doesn't want to do anything. Those may be things that next year he'll still be doing. And he might be doing that for the rest of his career from here on out because he remembers what it's like to get hit by this guy or that guy or, breaking one of his fingers or, getting his ribs smashed up, or he just doesn't trust anybody that's in front of him, nobody in his offensive line. So he just starts staring at the rush. Those are things that could be literally stapled into his DNA. And the fact that the owners are going to continue to let this dude stay here after we've seen that the team just doesn't play for him, that just shows something. And, we, again, here at Let's Talk Jets, we don't have anything to do, with what Jay is doing. That's his own thing. But the frustration, the anger, all the things that we're hearing from those other fans as well that have done it, it's understandable. They're upset. Like you said, you got fans that won't even pay, and it's under face value, under everything. They are not paying anything until this guy is gone. They will not sit in those seats. And like I said, it's completely understandable. This team is a dumpster fire, and it's a dumpster fire from top to bottom. And ownership has to take responsibility for this. This guy, Chris Johnson, has no clue of what he's doing. He was talked into Adam Gase, and then he allowed Adam Gase to talk him into firing. But again, like you said, he's hiding. But he always does that. He's out and about when everything is good, and then when everything is bad, he crawls right back into that cave, puts a blanket over his head, and you never see him again. So it is what it is. These are bad decisions. Bad decisions. The Johnsons continue to make bad decisions with this franchise.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just going to let it go. We'll go to Nigel. Nigel, what's up, man?
Gentlemen, how you doing this wonderful Friday evening?
Well, minus the Jets, I'm doing great, man. How about you?
Okay, good. I'm good. One of the reasons why I'm calling, because at least I got some phone time on this Friday evening, right? I'm going through Twitter, right? And I'm seeing certain individuals like that Connor Hughes and Brian Costello, right? And these geniuses come up with the idea of, if we fire Adam Gates, nobody will not take the Jets job, right? And the thing is, no, seriously, I'm reading this stuff, and I'm not going to go into it, but then I can't curse here, because the thing is, I want to ask these two, right? Have you watched these games for the last couple of weeks? Okay?
It's not even that. It's not even that, man. It's the NFL as a business. The minute Adam Gates gets fired, it's one of 32 jobs. Somebody else will want this job. Somebody else will want to work with Sam Darnold. Somebody else will want to work with Joe Douglas. Somebody else will want to work with Le'Veon Bell and Jamal Adams. The job is marketable. They just, I mean, I hate those excuses. They said the same thing about Todd Bowles. You can't fire Todd Bowles until this.
Exactly.
You can't fire Rex Ryan until this. It happens. The Giants, I mean, it happens now. It's a new age of NFL. That's such an antiquated way of thinking. It's ridiculous.
But the thing is, I'm wondering, no, it's okay, but I'm wondering, where do they get this thinking from? Have they seen the last 3 games? First of all, I'm afraid for Sam. Because if anything happens to Sam within these next, 8 weeks or so, I'm done with the Jets. You understand what I'm saying? I'm totally done with them. Number 2, if Adam Gates is not fired on Black Monday, okay, if he's not fired, that's it. I'm done with this team. Because you cannot justify this stuff.
Nigel, listen. You know how many times we've heard this over the years? I heard it, if the Jets get rid of Revis, we're not going to do this. If they don't re-sign John Abrams, they trade Keyshawn. Dude, we've heard it over and over. If they don't do this, we're not going to be fans anymore. We'll still be fans. We'll just be hostile.
Right, exactly. Or room for other teams. The reason why it's like this, we have a franchise quarterback. We have something. Yeah. We haven't had this. You see, the thing is, how long have we been screaming for a quarterback? Forever. Yeah. Now you get that. Now it's like abuse. Okay, so the thing is, you're going to justify keeping Adam Gates here beyond Black Monday. Okay. Oh, because we can't get another coach. We'll get another coach. Listen, we can coach this team better than what's going on right now. At least we'll put together a running game, okay? The thing is, and also, what's going to happen is, this game is going to be a dumpster fire, okay, between both of these teams. Don't even bother watching it, but that's a whole another thing. But the thing is, I just want to talk about the people that's trying to say, Adam Gates, if we fire him after one season, the optics is going to look bad, and I just say that
they have an agenda, dude. You know, but Nigel, the other thing too is you got to keep in mind there are times when the Jets are going to leak stories to me and say, "Listen, do us a favor and just kind of get this out there so we can kind of get a different narrative out there and try to calm down the masses." What they don't realize is the fans are not idiots, and we know what's going on. We can see through it, so they can try to sell us whatever they want. You know, if it looks like a skunk, it smells like a skunk, we're calling it a skunk, and we're calling it a skunk very loudly. That's just the way it is. This isn't 1995 anymore. Like, the Jets are playing games like we're stupid.
Right, exactly.
Social media is bigger than ever now, and we're all taking advantage of it.
Exactly.
Period.
Exactly. And there's just too much information out there for them to try to change the narrative.
Exactly.
What you want to say. Don't believe your lying eyes, okay? We have a coach in the Miami game. He's sitting there by himself. There's no one standing around him. Like, okay, quick thing, and I'm going to get off. Look at Belichick. During the time that the offense is out there, where's Belichick? He has the whole entire defense huddled around him, and he's telling them, "Listen, I need you to do this." Blah blah blah. Yep. Now listen, Belichick doesn't have to do that. Belichick already got these guys the game plan printed into their brains during the off season stuff like that. But he coaches them up every second throughout the whole game. He's coaching them up. He's writing down, "I see this. Do this." But this guy, he's walking around, and then I don't even know why you have an offensive coordinator. What is he doing? Getting you coffee or something like that? What's going on with that?
Nigel, that's exactly what. First off, I want to thank you for calling in. That's exactly what Loggins does. Loggins is nothing but a glorified clipboard holder. That guy does nothing. I mean, it's all. He's just a gaze yes man. That's all he is, and that's exactly why he was brought here. But you brought up some great points, because I do hear a lot of fans, and I've gone back and forth with a lot of people that are saying the exact same thing that you're saying, because of the implications of, you know, the franchise quarterback. If you're allowing this guy to go out there and get hit and get hurt, and you know, you can stand banged around, he's finished. Like you said, if you watch him regress for the rest of the year, you're done, because we've been looking for a franchise quarterback for years. And if you don't have a franchise quarterback in this league, you're done. We've been looking for that for years, man, for years. And we saw the result of when you don't have that guy, that you need to go forward with, a guy that you can count on for years. We've seen the results of that. And now we finally got one, and you're letting Gaze ruin him? You're letting a guy who's never been a winner, ruin him? That is mind-blowing. So, look, I hear your frustration. I understand, and I've heard a lot of people say the exact same things as well. And not just that, too. As the season goes on, we're talking about Sam. We're talking about this offense. But the L's are starting to pile up, man. There's going to be a lot of frustration within that locker room, too. Guess what? This locker room may break into cliques. This locker room may start to fracture. Can Gaze be the guy to hold that together? I don't think so.
It's already, I believe it's already that's already has happened. Behind the scenes, it already has happened. Because one thing about football players, they're smart. And they're like, listen, you're not making adjustments. You're not talking to us. You see, the thing is, that picture of him sitting there by himself, that said everything. He's like he was radioactive, and everybody was saying, yo, we're not standing next to this dude. We don't even want to take a picture with him. And that's not a good look. But the thing is, they got to get rid of Gase. Because if they don't, okay, there's going to be a big revolt that's going to go on. And I'm telling you, people are going to be like, you know what? Since what Chris Johnson says, you want to be stubborn, we're going to be stubborn also. And one last thing I'm going to make, one last point. The problem with the Jets is that most of the tickets are already brought up anyway. So they already got their money. It's just like the dollars and stuff like that. The tickets are already brought up, so they don't have to change. So that's it. Hello?
Yeah, Nigel, you're absolutely bringing the fire, man. You're right. And even if they're not brought up by the regular fans, it's also, you know, the other fans that are going to be coming in as well. There may not be Jets fans, but when we play the Cowboys, that stadium is full of Cowboys fans. So those tickets are sold. Yeah. Somebody that bought them tickets. The same when I came out, there was tons of Browns fans in those seats, and I was sitting next to Browns fans. Guess what? Them Browns fans, you know, bought those tickets up. So they were sitting in those seats. So, yeah, look, I hear you. And it's tough, man. It's absolutely tough. But I want to ask you this question. When you look at our cornerback position, though, man, how concerned are you about our corners going into this game against the Giants?
Well, the thing is, the Giants, they wide receiving core, unless Shepard comes back, you know, they have their own problems, too, you know. So the thing is, this game might be one big snooze fest, okay? I mean, you know, we'll watch it for, you know, like a traffic
What's your
accident.
prediction,
That's real good. The Jets might win this game just because. 16-13.
All that you predicted the Jets victory. Nigel,
don't hang up on me yet. No, don't hang up on me. You asked me a question. Hold on. I didn't want to say that. But one thing, I'm looking more forward to the Alabama-LSU game tomorrow than I am to this other game that we're talking about. So that's it.
Have a good night, man.
Have a good night, gentlemen. Bye-bye.
You too. You know, it's funny, Joe, because it's like, you know, he made a lot of good points. And, I mean, everybody's just so ridiculously fed up. And it's just, you know, but the other thing we haven't really talked about, which I was going to say for Tuesday, but he kind of brought it up already. It's like, you know, like, listen, you can fire Gase mid-season, it's fine. You can fire him at the end of the season, it's fine. Because right now, this team looks so bad on and off the field. Off the field, you had the Assembly disaster, you had the Jamal Adams and now you had the Luke Falk disaster. So now it's like, dude, and I asked Joel Corey, I asked him straight up, I said, listen, with all this stuff going on, he's like, free agents will not want to go there. So the only way the Jets are going to save face, the only way they save their face at all is bringing in a new coach. You have no choice, dude, because nobody's going to come here. If they do come here, you're going to be paying out your ass for them. So you have bad bad coaching, bad environment, bad stigma, all this stuff going around, and you want to come as a free agent? Not going to happen. You need a new coach just to get this team back in the right direction.
Exactly. And first off, I want to thank Nigel for calling in. He brought the fire, but not only do you need a new coach, you need a new coach with equity. That's a word I hear people throwing around when they talk about Adam Gase. These guys don't really play for Adam Gase because he don't have the equity. He's not a guy that's really done enough in this league. He's not a guy that's done anything. Nobody really respects him, and that's why they kind of doing what they're doing. So you have to go get a coach that's going to come in, that's going to have that swagger. The guys are going to look to him and be like, hey, he's a guy that's been there, done that. Are there names out there? Yeah, McCarthy, there's other guys that are out there as well. So you can't go, dumpster diving. I know the Johnsons will love to do that, pay the least amount that they possibly can to get another bum in here that's just going to take the job or whatever. But you have to go get a guy that's ready to play with a lot of equity. But the second part to that is that, not only will free agents look at this situation and go, yeah, I don't want to deal with that team that's, did Kalichi or did Luke Falk that way, but they also don't want to deal with a team that's consistently losing. So that's going to be another hump as well. This is a team that's a loser. I'm coming here, and I'm about to go into a rebuild or something like a rebuild. Probably won't be competing for the next 2 years. After the first year that I sign here, do I really want to go there? So we've got that hump on another hump put into the, another monkey wrench thrown into that as well. So this is going to be a tough road, man. But again, the first step is getting rid of Adam Gase, because if you don't get rid of this guy, free agents are going to look at him and be like, that is the last place I want to go. And like you said, we're going to have to pay out of our nose to get folks here, and that is not what we need to do.
Yeah, so as looking at Sunday's game, I guess I'll give my preview. I just don't care. I truly don't care. I really don't care what happens on the field. It's not even nothing to get even emotionally involved with. The Giants have a ton of injuries. The Jets have a ton of injuries. It's like, okay, you look at the Giants' offense. It's Barkley, Tate. You got to keep Daniel Jones in the pocket. Can the Jets do that? Probably not, because they have no linebackers and they have no corners. Yeah. So you can see the Giants' offense get. Yeah, they have nothing. So you look at the Jets' offense. So the Jets' offense is like, okay, you get Herndon, which could help. But the offensive line is still a mess. I mean, it's just, I don't know, dude. I don't even have, I have no feeling. I just truly don't care. You watch because you have to, and it's a train wreck. You just want to see how bad it's going to get. If they win, good for you. I don't care. I just don't care. I'll say my prediction would be 13-13. That's my prediction. Tie.
Oh, wow. Well, I look at it this way. I think we'll have issues getting guys blocked up front like we do every single game, and I think Sam is going to take shot after shot. I wouldn't be surprised, and I know a lot of people are, happy that Herndon's coming back, but I wouldn't be surprised if Adam Gase completely misuses him, just like he's misused a bunch of other people as well, and that we see that he doesn't know how to use Herndon either, even though that he's back. I think we'll have issues, defensively as well, especially our cornerback situation. I think we'll have problems covering Saquon Barkley coming out of that backfield. This is just another game where we're looking at the situation after being like, man, this guy needs to get fired immediately. I feel a lot of fans are going to be saying that after this game. So I have it 28-3 Giants.
Jesus, I couldn't imagine. As always, we are on YouTube. Let's Talk Jets Radio. We're on Instagram and Twitter at Talk Jets Radio. Like I said, we appreciate everybody supporting us and comments, and feedback, and interactions. We're all in this together, and we don't have an agenda. We just call it like we see it, and that's it. So It's a tough time. It's nothing pretty about this. We're not enjoying being miserable, but it's just the feelings that we have. Joe, it is your time to shine.
Yes, listen, I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote our Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search Let's Talk Jets Radio. Like that page. Our content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message us. We'll message you right back. We love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also, leave us some feedback. We love hearing about what you folks think we do here on Let's Talk Jets Radio. I'm also on Twitter as well at YoungJ000. That's 3 zeros. Go ahead and follow me. I'll follow you right back. You want to troll me? No issues. I'm the troll that lives under the bridge. I will troll you right back, and I will have my Darnold jersey on. I pray that he survives the rest of the season. So go ahead and hit me up, and I'll hit you right back. I'm also on YouTube as well at YoungJ00. That's 2 zeros on YouTube, 3 on Twitter. I do videos about the Jets. I'll continue to do those. I also do a weekly pick 'em, so I'll talk about other teams too. So go ahead and subscribe to my content on there as well. We can go back and forth on there as well. You want to troll me, no issues. I will troll you right back on there as well. And as always, people, when you see me in person, okay, it is on. Listen, you can keep your fake-ass money, okay? You can keep your fake-ass money. I'm a fake-ass fan. I don't need none of that stuff, okay? This is all for the love, okay? We're in down times. It's tough around here. These hugs are completely free, all right? So don't listen to Roush. He's a hater, okay? When you see me in person, it is arms out, chest open, free hugs for everyone, okay? It'll cost you absolutely nothing. Thank you, folks, for taking the time out of your day to call in and listen to the show. Without you folks, we are nothing. You folks are the absolute best. We also want to thank Mary O'Connell for coming on from the Community Food Bank in New Jersey, spreading awareness about hunger and how much of an impact they have in our community with helping out with that as well. Everyone, please get involved. Go to cfbnj.org. You can donate. You can also volunteer your time as well. So do whatever you can to get involved with the fight against hunger.
Thank you for listening tonight and over the weekend. Enjoy whatever you can of the game on Sunday, and we will recap this nightmare on Tuesday.